Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's edition of HR Mentorship Learning Series. My name is Oluyemi Adeosun, and we'll be looking at a topic of balancing efficiency with humanity. And our facilitator tonight is Michael Oluwatayo, and I'm so excited to have him on board. First time facilitating for us on this platform. My name is Oluyemi Adeosun. Permit me to read briefly an excerpt of his profile. Michael Oluwatayo is a seasoned HR human resource professional with several years of experience leading people and culture initiatives across corporate and the educational sectors. He currently serves as the head of human resources at LearnEase Limited, a forward-thinking educational institute students in Nigeria and abroad. They offer both primary education, secondary, and SAT preparatory programs. At LearnEase Limited, it continues to create a work culture that inspires commitment, satisfaction, and excellence among employees. Michael is an associate of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management, an alumnus of the McKinsey Forward Program, and a graduate of International Human Resource Management from the prestigious Room Business School. His mission is to build organizations where people and performance thrive together. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking to us tonight on the topic AI in HR, balancing efficiency with humanity. Let's welcome Michael Oluwatayo. You have the floor, sir.
Okay, good evening. Thank you for that, Dr. Oluyemi Adeosun. Thank you, okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, senior colleagues. Good evening, professionals. My name is Michael Oluwatayo, as Doctor has rightly said. And before I start at all, I would love to, say a big thank you to the forces or the brain behind HR mentorship, and also to Dr. Oluyemi for giving this opportunity, to, contribute to the body of knowledge. It's a beautiful thing. So before me this evening is a topic every one of us is familiar with. It is something HR or it's not just HR, it is a topic that cuts across different departments in an organization, and that is balancing efficiency with humanity. However, the domain of this topic is in AI in HR, but this presentation is in two folds, and I will tell you what I mean by that. There is a technical aspect of AI in HR where we get to talk about how to be more efficient with what we do at our place of work, where we get to talk about HR tech, where we get to talk about how to make use of AI to better improve on our processes, how to improve our efficiencies, and so on and so forth. I know before now we've had trainings, we've had presentation that focus on this major aspect. But for tonight, I will be focusing a bit more on the humanity side, because if we have AI getting all these things done, then why do we still need human? I get it. Why do we still need human? So tonight's presentation is to help us see that though it's a bit difficult if we are going to be truthful, but it is to help us see how we can balance efficiency with humanity. And as you can see, there is a picture here that shows art. So this art symbolizes humanity, and this war clock, so to speak, or this thing depicting clock shows us that we can merge efficiency with humanity. We can blend the two. And like I said, it's not going to be easy, but it is achievable. Thank you. So on my first slide, I have two snapshots and one text. And I'm going to I will just read out what I have here. Toby Oluwole posted something on LinkedIn and it got my attention. He posted something, 2022, Klarna replaces 700 employees with AI. Fast forward, 2025, Klarna has lost $40 billion in company value, and CEO wants to rehire humans. Now, the reason why he posted this content or this information was because it wanted everybody to see that AI can't take every job. Now, I did a little background study and I saw that Klarna has over 5,000 workforce or employees, so to speak. So 700 is not, we not move them, so to speak. But despite the fact that 700 is a bulky workforce, but the impact on the business is worth billions of dollars. And this is to tell us that though we can talk about AI in the place of managing businesses, we cannot annul the place of human when productivity and efficiency is being spoken about. One other example is this. It was posted on our HR mentorship group. I think it was Dr. Luyemi that posted it, if I'm not mistaken. This person said, this woman donated a kidney to save her boss and was fired for taking too long to recover. You know, there are some reports we hear online. There are some reports friends or colleagues share with us. And for us as HR, we want to ask ourselves, really, are there humans behind these systems? Are there humans actually trying to get things done? Or people are just working just to make profits, or people are just, most times when you hear some things, you want to question, are we really doing this HR thing the way it should be done? Or we are just siding with the business just to make all the profit and everything? However, I'm not saying HR is totally for the employees, and I'm not saying HR is totally for the business. HR is a balance, is an entity that balances both the human part and the business aspect of the business, as based on what I've learned so far. So I have a question here. I said, have you ever worked in a system that was efficient but emotionally draining? What did it feel like? We go through this. Some persons go through this almost every day. Do you see that? Have you ever worked in a system that was efficient but emotionally draining? People go through this every day. People go through this every day. And this is not to bring forward or to bring myself to say, oh, where I work is a perfect system. Sometimes my staff complain to me that, no, this workload is overwhelming. We try as much as possible to look at it, to see how we can adjust it, but it just keeps coming. And whenever it keeps coming, we try as much as possible to manage it. So I'm not saying I'm a saint when this is involved. I'm also saying we are paying attention to what people are saying, and we are seeing how we can redesign the structure to help people enjoy what they do and not to feel emotionally drained when they do what they do. So my next slide, I have the modern workplace dilemma. The modern workplace dilemma. So I will just read from my slide and explain with few examples, with few experiences, what I've seen, just to help us, just to drive home my points in a good way. So the modern workplace dilemma, the human cost. I said, the modern workplace celebrates productivity because we live in a results-driven world where speed, precision, and performance are non-negotiable. Every manager wants efficiency. Every organization demands it. But beneath this pursuit lies a silent tension, the human cost. We know, even as managers, as supervisors, we know that we don't want to bring anybody on board that cannot deliver. We don't want to bring anybody on board that cannot, turn 10 to 20. We don't want to bring anybody on board that does not know how to manage his or our own task. We don't want to bring we just want people that can get stuff done. We want people that can, that can improve on that can be efficient. Yeah, that's the word. We want people that can be efficient. But in all of these things, ensuring that we bring up efficient people is a beautiful thing. But we must also know that despite the fact that we want people to be efficient, we might in a way be neglecting the human side. And don't worry, we are going to see that shortly. So I said employees today face increasing workloads, constant technological interruptions, and blurred boundaries between work and rest. Meetings invade lunch breaks. Emails arrive at midnight, and availability is mistaken for commitment. In this environment, burnout is no longer an exception, it is a trend. We can just have a survey. Truth be told, most people, I don't have data for it, so let me just limit the way I say it. Sometimes when you ask people, because I've asked few persons before, oh, do you enjoy what you do? I get in. Do you enjoy what you do? Don't talk about the salary, but do you enjoy what you do? Most times you get to hear, not really, but I just have to survive. So not really, I just have to survive. It is I won't say it's a big deal. I get it, because sometimes when you think of the bills you want to pay and all of those things, a good percentage of people or some persons are doing it as a means of survival. However, I still feel HR professionals can liaise with business owners, can liaise with other managers to create a safe haven or a safe environment for people to enjoy what they do. You see that? To enjoy what they do. I said, as HR professionals, we must ask, can efficiency survive in the absence of empathy? Can efficiency survive in the absence of empathy? Can a company truly thrive when its people merely endure? This is the challenge of our time, balancing the mechanical rhythm of efficiency with the emotional pulse of humanity. Now, let me share a story to explain this. Somebody spoke to me. He said he applied for a job as an HR. He applied for a job on a Friday. You see that? He applied for a job on a Friday, and that was around maybe 10 a.m. And around 8 p.m., the person got back to him around 8 p.m., sent a message around 8 p.m. So the person on a Saturday, the person reached out to the person on WhatsApp. Oh, I got your message about the interview and stuff like that. So maybe the person was booked for something else. The person called him, and the candidate was unable to pick the call. And at the end, by the time the candidate picked the call on the Saturday, the person called only once. But by the time the person would call the candidate, the person told the candidate that, no, I cannot even work with you. That if it would take me millions of time to get across to you, I don't think we can work together. Now, I understand the fact that the owner of the business or the person that reached out to the candidates is an efficient person. This person wants productivity. Even from the person approach, you can see that this person is productivity driven. However, the person did not consider the fact that you sent message to this person around 8 p.m. The person did not consider the fact that you are reaching out to this person on a Saturday, and this person could have any other engagement. The person did not consider the fact that, oh, this person might be booked. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So we are trying to say, as HR, business owners want productivity. Business owners want to keep making profits. We must be able to sit these business owners down. We must be able to sit managers down to help them see that beyond profit making, do you see that? Beyond profit making, beyond, oh, we want everybody to be productive, there is need for us to show empathy when it is expected. There is need for us to help them understand that, oh, Saturdays, this is what is expected on a Saturday. Help business owners, help managers understand that people working really want to work, but they need to understand that they are working with humans and they are not working with robots. Yes. So I said, understanding efficiency. Understanding efficiency. What is efficiency? Efficiency is what everybody understands. So, but for the sake of this thing, of our presentation, I will just read through my slide, as I've earlier said. Efficiency is the ability to achieve maximum productivity with minimum wasted effort or expense. It is about speed. It is about precision. It is about structure. In every organization, efficiency ensures deadlines are met. We've said this before. Resources are conserved and objectives are achieved. It represents order, clarity, and control. It keeps operation clean and predictable. Without efficiency, business would drown in confusion. So the whole idea of this presentation is not just to focus on the human side of the business. The essence of this presentation is to help us to see that efficiency is beautiful. Before now, efficiency has always been the talk of town. Efficiency has always been the talk of every professional. Oh, we have to be efficient. We have to be efficient. And truth be told, everyone is adjusting. Everyone is adjusting, because if you are not efficient, nobody wants to bring on board somebody that will drag productivity. Nobody wants to bring on board somebody that cannot even keep to timeline or deadline, so to speak. People want people that are efficient. However, when we focus only on efficiency, there is high tendency that we knock out humanity. Let me quickly say this. When I came into HR, I love chanting two words. I call it my HR mantra: productivity and mental health. Productivity and mental health. And I thought I was doing it very well. Like, I just need people to be productive. If you want to get things done, just bring it to me. I know how to get it done. I know how to talk to people to make people do it, stuff like that. Until within the space of 3-4 months, 2 or 3 employees resigned, and they resigned because of mental health. like they said, they can't cope with the workload, that they are mentally drained, there is no time for family. And it was a challenge for me, because I sincerely believe, before now, like I said before now, I sincerely believe I was carrying these two things together, ensuring people are productive, and also ensuring ensuring that their mental state is being appreciated, is being looked after. But I saw that there is a tendency when I'm not saying we cannot marry the two together. I'm not saying the two cannot be meshed together, but it will require us to be intentional. I get it. It will require us to be intentional. It is not as if merging these two things together requires any technical skills, so to speak. Merging these two together would require more of soft skills. Do you see that? It will require more of soft skills like empathy, showing care, and so on and so forth. Require more of soft skills. So when I saw that, and I also read about some persons. I did my research, and I saw that we are in a bit of marrying efficiency and humanity together. But most of the time, before we know it, we are one-sided. It's either we are towards efficiency and we are driving people to their bus stop, or is either we are more of humanity. And once we do that, we see that there's a way the business is being affected. So it means this presentation is to help us see how we can merge the two, whereby the business will not suffer and the people will not be driven to a situation whereby they don't like what they do, or they are just doing it for survival's sake. So I said the dark side of efficiency, meaning this efficiency that keeps the business afloat, this efficiency that keeps the business in good shape, that makes the business sustainable, has a dark side. I said, however, efficiency also has a darker side. When taken to the extreme, it can strip workplace of empathy. It can turn humans into numbers, creativity into compliance, and relationship into routines. The danger is when organizations become so obsessed with doing things right that they forget to do the right thing. So like, okay, let me just explain the picture here. I love explaining why pictures are used. So this is a skull. This is just showing us the dark side of efficiency. It is that it's going to sap the energy of people's hearts. It's going to drive, it's going to eat off the energy. It's going to eat the energy. You just see people coming to work to do the same thing over and over again. I get in, when you just see people putting on plastic smile, they don't enjoy what they do, but it is experience that they keep providing for their family, but there is no fulfillment in what they do. So they just come to work every day, do the normal routine, and sometimes they know that this routine is not actually producing anything. It has become a tradition, but they don't know how to change it. I get it. They don't know how to change it. So this is a presentation to help us see that sometimes we have to double check what people really do. I get it, because having to focus on the human side of the organization also require that we focus on what people do on a daily basis. Why do they do these things? I get it. Is these things really required? Is these things helping the organization to be efficient? Or are we just doing these things just because we want people to be coming? So we have to reappraise our systems, we have to reappraise our structure to ensure that people are actually doing things that are meaningful, and people are not just doing routine kind of operation that is not achieving any good result. I have here understanding humanity in the workplace. Everybody understands what humanity is. Humanity brings art into systems, ensuring that while people work for the organization, they also grow within it. Humanity in the workplace means recognizing that every employee is not just a resource, but a person with dreams, a person with emotions, a person with struggles and limits. It means leading with compassion, designing with empathy, and communicating with respect. Like I've earlier said, balancing efficiency with humanity does not in any way, in quotes, require any additional technical skills or require any sophisticated skills, so to speak. But look at the word compassion. We want compassionate workers. We want compassionate managers, compassionate supervisors. We want people that can show empathy, not people that will tell you, oh, why did you come late? You understand? Oh, you came late today, you came late yesterday, you came late. Like, people should follow up what is going on. People should learn how to reach out to people that don't used to, people that comply to policies easily. When they default, we should not just pick it out on them. We should try as much as possible to reach out to them. Oh, why did this happen? What is going on with you? Are you fine? And so on and so forth. Communicating with respect. Everyone in the organization should be respected. I get in. Respect in this context does not mean calling everybody Mr. or Mrs., but the way we discuss with people, the way we communicate with people, is there any form of respect in it? I get in. Is there any form of respect in it? Some persons work with their manager very well because they love the way their manager relates with them. Oh, this person respects me so much. And some persons, you will hear their managers using unnecessary words. We should be able to help people or help managers, help supervisors understand how communication should be done in the organization. I'm not saying people are defaulting. I'm not calling out names. I'm not saying this, but it is what we must plant in the system. Communication must be with respect in the system. People must understand that when you're talking to your subordinates, people must understand that when you're talking to your downlines, people must understand that when you're talking to your colleague, when you are amidst your colleague, respect should be the concern of your communication. You should learn how to communicate with respect. There's a way it makes people feel, there's a way it brings their hearts into the business. There's a way it brings their heart into the projects. I get in. They might not necessarily like the project, but the way you handle them, the way you talk to them, the way you carry them along, the way you make them feel among, the way you bring them into everything makes them value what they do. So it is also to help us understand that compassion, empathy, and communicating with respect are major keys. I get it. They are major keys to helping us balance efficiency with humanity. So I said integrate performance and passion. Yet humanity can also be misunderstood. Some leaders fear that being empathetic will reduce accountability or discipline. But in reality, when people feel understood, they become more loyal, more creative, and more committed. The goal isn't to choose between performance and compassion. It is to integrate them. It is to integrate them. You know, sometimes we've heard of situations whereby some managers, when they hold meetings, they cannot push forward what their team members suggested. What I mean by that is, sometimes I believe if you have a team member that is always contributing, if you have a team member that is like the think tank of your team, if you have a team member that is doing much, when you have meetings like that, you shouldn't have any issue, I get in, saying, oh, there's somebody in my team that does this, that is into this, that knows how to do this. We can recommend our team members. That is what I'm saying. We can recommend our team members. We can help them feel among, because that is one way to also balance humanity with efficiency. You can acknowledge their performances. You can acknowledge what they do at that level, at management level. We can help the guys sitting at the top there to see that these guys are really trying. These guys are really trying. They are doing it the way they should do it. Oh, I believe this person, you can discuss with the HR. I believe this person is doing these things, very well. I believe this person should be acknowledged. This person should be acknowledged. You know, we can push for our guys. We can help the person. We can help HR see. We can help the business owner see. We can help the executive manager see that, no, some guys are the ones pushing these things. I'm not just the person. Some guys are working under me and they are the one pushing these things. People want to be seen. People want the job of their hands to be acknowledged. And this is where it comes in. Not just taking the praise, not just taking the glory, but pushing out your guys, helping them to understand that you're not the only one doing these things. Some guys are in your team pushing these things. And with so doing, you will see that people want to work more, because the whole essence of this thing is it will make people's hearts open to want to support the vision. It will make people's hearts open to want to back up what the organization is doing. It will make people's hearts open to want to, support the goal. But in a situation whereby everything that happens in the organization, you attribute it to yourself, you are the think tank, you are the one that did everything. No, people will just feel like there is no point working with this kind of person. So what we are trying to say in essence is that we can integrate performance and compassion. Compassion in this sense means you can recognize the people doing the work. You can acknowledge them. You can, have a reward system that values what they do, and so on and so forth. So the balance point, the balance point. So to explain these balance points, I would just share some few examples from what I've seen so far. So with this scale, I'm depicting or I'm depicting that we can balance efficiency with humanity. So the X just means humanity, while the chart means efficiency. So balancing efficiency with humanity means building systems that are structured yet flexible and processes that are firm yet fair. It means pursuing high performance without neglecting human dignity. So this is how I would love to explain the balance point. So I'm so sorry. I might just, because I'm an HR, I know how difficult these things might be. And so sometimes I've heard some other people's story. You see that I've heard some other people's story. So sometimes when I give you the opportunity to have presentation like this, when give you the opportunity to have presentations like this, I do my research, and at the same time, I also share what I go through on a daily basis. So now, when we started out as an academy, Learn-Artist Limited, I've been in business for the past 13 years. So we started out as an academy, and we started last year. When we started out as an academy, we said, okay, our resumption time should be 7:30, because every schools in our neighborhood was resuming 7 o'clock. So they were resuming 7 o'clock. Sorry, they were resuming 7:30. So we just adopted 7:30. So we started an academy, and everyone was resuming 7:30. But mind you, when we were working as a center, people were resuming 9 a.m. So moving from 9 a.m. to 7:30 was a big challenge, and our staff were not finding it funny. We were not finding it funny. We were checking the attendance, and we saw that, no, this thing is not realistic. It is not realistic. So at one point, we needed to sit down. We needed to sit down and ask ourselves some sincere questions. Do you see that? We needed to sit down and ask ourselves sincere questions. Why do school resume by 7:30? Like, why do school resume by 7:30? Because, like I said, we just adopted 7:30 because every schools we know of resume 7:30. So we needed to ask ourselves, why do school resume 7:30? So when we did our research, we saw that, the reason why school resumes 7:30 is not far-fetched. Some parents are going to work, and because they are going to work, they love to drop off their children as early as 7 o'clock, 7:15, 7:20, or 7:30 thereabouts. So because of that, we said, so the reason why school resumes 7:30 is because of safeguarding people that would stay with their children and stuff like that. So we sat down at management level, and we decided this 7:30 thing is not working for us. We can resume by 8 a.m. So we did everything. We moved our resumption time. With 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. We discussed it with our staff, and we said, okay, so this is what would happen. We want to move our resumption time to 8 a.m. because this thing is not working for us. And we had a meeting, and so during the meeting, we now asked, but for safeguarding, we still need to come up with a system to manage this safeguarding, since some parents will be coming to drop off their children as early as possible. And it was right in the meeting that staff started suggesting that, no, we can have like a 7 a.m. schedule, whereby we know that we come to work maybe 2 times by 7 in a term. And everybody said, yeah, that is fair. And people surrounded it. People were happy with that development. People felt, no, this organization really cared about them. Do you see that? People feel this organization cared about them. So I wrote here, I said efficiency and humanity. Why do we have those metrics? I get it. Why do we have those metrics? What are we trying to measure? What are we trying to measure? They must be meaningful. For example, I said that we were resuming by 7:30, but it was not working for us. People were complaining. They were murmuring. They were murmuring to their managers. They were saying a lot of things. And they were even failing to meet their deadlines. They were failing to meet every deadlines they were supposed to meet. But when we moved it, they saw that this organization really cared about them, and everything improved within a short period of time. So what does that mean? We moved from just going the traditional way of saying you must resume 7:30 to do what? To resuming 8 a.m. And from the start, they were able to suggest 7 a.m. Like, okay, let us come during 7 a.m. to just do safeguarding. And it made everything beautiful. So we now have, so if you ask anybody, why do we resume 8 a.m.? They have their reasons. Why do you come to work by 7 a.m.? They have their reasons, because it is something they would love to do. So we have speed and empathy. We have output and well-being. We have profit and purpose. I said the perfect workplace does not tilt entirely to one side. Efficiency ensures productivity, while humanity ensures sustainability. Efficiency ensures productivity, while humanity ensures sustainability. Together, they form a culture where people perform not because they have to, but because they want to. Like the example I gave, they suggested the 7, and it has been beautiful ever since. So practical strategies for balancing both. Like I said, it does not necessarily require technical skill, more of soft skill. So we have redefined success metrics. The second one is promote flexibility. The third one is lead with empathy. The fourth one is reward intentionally. The fifth one is leverage data with compassion. So practical strategies for balancing both. I work in education sector, so some of my experience at the moment I work currently in Leonard is a school, so to speak. So sometimes I just bring, like I said, I will share some of the experience. Some of the case study I'm using there will be from school, you know. So redefine success metrics. I said move beyond counting outputs, measure employee engagements, mental well-being, and retention alongside productivity. Success must be seen through both numerical and emotional lenses. So yeah, I said a school can expand its teachers' performance indicator beyond exam results. It measures student emotional growth, teachers' collaboration, and parent satisfaction. Teachers are recognized not only for grades, but for creating safe, inclusive classrooms where children thrive academically and emotionally. Now, so where I work, there is something we do, we call it character building. We call it character building. And why I'm saying this is because we believe that for tutors, for teachers, they must focus on academic performance. So we have situations whereby you want to appraise teachers based on the number of students that pass in their class, but that is unfair. Do you see that? That is unfair, because beyond that, there are other mentorship or mentoring that teachers do in their respective classroom to raise the total child. So instead of just focusing on maths and English, there's a way we design how we appraise teachers. We don't just appraise them from the perspective of maths and English. There are times they go beyond there are times they go out of their time. Do you see that? To ensure that these students understand what it means to be a total child, to ensure that they are mentally sane or mentally matured to doing some certain kind of things. They don't just ensure that they are sound academically, they ensure in the students' emotional growth. So it will be unfair on the organization part to appraise teachers only by the outputs. And the output in this context is, how many people passed the WAEC exam? Do you understand what I'm saying? How many people? We should be able to also track, was there any improvement in this child when this child entered this class? Is there any improvement in this child? Not necessarily, this person had A's, this person had B's. We must be able to check what the teacher or what the employee has given along the line. So redefining success metrics is just to tell us that every process towards productivity must be captured. We don't just focus on capturing only the outputs. Capturing only the outputs will be unfair on the amount of time, resources, and energy every employee has given to the output. So what we are saying now is we must be able to appreciate or appraise people's efforts, even if the output is not so big. Second one, promote flexibility. I said, recognize that people have different rhythms and responsibility. Offer flexible hours, hybrid work arrangements, or occasional mental health days. Flexibility is the new efficiency. So a manufacturing industry. So there's an example from manufacturing industry. A production can introduce shift swap and compressed work weeks. Staff can work 4 longer days and rest on the 5th. This reduces absenteeism and improves morale, especially for parents managing family responsibility while maintaining production output. So why this is obtainable in the manufacturing industry, I believe it cut across board. It happens, like there's even one situation we had to focus on using this promote flexibility approach. So now, in manufacturing industry, we know that there is a total number of output. There's a total number of output that is expected, maybe per month, maybe per week, depending on the data that they've been working with, or depending on the order. So now, if you are supposed to produce 100 outputs in 1 week, you cannot, if you are supposed to produce 100 outputs in 1 week, there is a way we can work around this thing. Oh, we want people to have a day off. Like, we want people to enjoy what they do. We want them to, just have Friday off. What can we do? Is there a way we can discuss with employees that, oh, we can look for a way to achieve this 100 outputs within 4 days? If we can achieve this 100 outputs within 4 days, then Friday can be a work-free day for you. It is something we can sit down at this level to discuss about. If it works well, fine. If it is something they're happy about, but they know it's definitely going to cost them more. If it's something they're happy about, fine, they are going to give it. If it's something that won't work for them, they'll tell you it won't work for them. But I'm just saying we must promote flexibility. And one other example I would love to share is, okay, don't let me share an example. Maybe subsequently, I'm going to share that. But what I'm saying is, we don't necessarily, when there is need for us to be flexible, we should be flexible. We should be flexible because that is the new efficiency. That is the new efficiency. When we are flexible, people see it as you are being human. People see that you are being considerate. People see that you really care about them. So one other example I'm going to share, something happened at recent at my place of work. So in the teaching industry, we used to have meet and breaks. We used to have meet and breaks. And so we are trying to digitize what we do. And there is this recent software solution we brought on board. We've used one before, but we could not master it. So there's this new one. We've paid for it, but we've not been able to have good time to train staff on it, and so on and so forth. So we intend to do the training before resumption, but we had construction work going on, and because of that, we could not achieve 100 participation of everyone. And so because of that, we've not been able to allocate sufficient time for the training. So what happened was that we got talking and we said, okay, what if, because some of our teachers still come back in the evening for some other responsibilities. So now we concluded that what if during this meeting, we asked them to come in one of those days, because like I said, we run as an academy, we run as a center, we do a lot of things, yeah? So we said, what if we ask them to come on a meet and break and just do 3 hours training, and on next week Tuesday, which happens to be one of the midterm week, we ask them not to come at all, though they are still supposed to come and do like maybe 6 hours, but we ask them not to come at all. So we thought that, oh, it will boost their morale to want to learn about the new software. Much more, it will also help them to see the humanity behind the system, that, oh, they are giving us 1 day off. Wow, this is beautiful. We know the organization will be losing something monetarily, though the organization won't be losing anything monetarily because we factored it out, we planned it out. But we came up with it, we discussed it with them, though some persons love the plan that, oh, instead of doing 1 full day, instead of we have meeting, but we are still supposed to come to school to do 1 or 2 responsibilities because it is not academic related. Oh, but they are saying we're only going to come to school once, and the following day we won't have to show up at all. Oh, it's a beautiful one. People love it. People love the idea. People were happy that, oh, this is a good thing. But at the same time, we saw that people were not even happy. Some persons were not happy. So why am I bringing forth this explanation? So I'm bringing forth this to say, despite the fact that you are working so hard, you are discussing with the business owners, you are doing all of these things to ensure that you are promoting flexibility, that does not guarantee that everyone in the organization will be satisfied. That does not mean everyone will give thumbs up to what you've done. A good percentage of people would like it, but there are some persons that won't like it. Do you get that? There are some persons that would like it, but the most important thing is that you are encouraging and you are helping people to see that you can be flexible. You are helping people to see that there is an human behind the system. You're helping people to see that it is not a machine that is running the system. The people managing the system are people you can discuss with. They can hear you, they can listen to your complaints, and they can readjust what has been done. So the third one is lead with empathy. Train managers to listen deeply. A 5-minute conversation that shows understanding can sometimes save an employee from silent burnout. Leadership today requires emotional intelligence, not just authority. When managers notice a high performer becoming unusually quiet, instead of waiting for performance to drop, the manager schedules a brief check-in. I have noticed you seem quieter lately. Is everything all right? The employee feels personal challenges, and HR can look into that by ensuring that mental health and productivity are sustained. So what I'm just trying to say basically here is that we can be closer to our employees. I'm not saying we should start discussing private matter or personal matters, but when you see somebody that is on top of his game, suddenly withdrawing from the team, it is a good time for us to reach out to the person. We should not wait till performance time comes in. Performance should be an ongoing thing. Performance should not be, it should be an ongoing thing, because it is your responsibility. It is your responsibility as a manager to walk up to the person, ask the person, help the person understand that, yeah, I want you to be productive much more. I care about your mental health. You've not been showing positive energy the way you used to. You've not been delivering the way you used to. And I know it's unlike you. What is going on? Talk to me. We can. Do you understand? Oh, do you want us to? Do you want to have a day off? Is there something bothering you? Is it a family issue? Get to know these. Get to know people. Get to know the people you are working with personally. Get to know the people you are working with personally, and that is how you can lead with empathy. That is how you can lead with empathy. Not just, I asked you to do this, you are not doing this, I'm giving you a query right away. You know, I'm not saying query will not matter, but we should know when query matters. But sometimes we can lead with empathy. We can inquire, we can decide to know what is going on. We can decide to know what is going on before giving the query. So reward intentionally. Recognize not only results, but also effort, collaboration, and growth. When appreciation is consistent, motivation becomes natural. Some person will tell you, oh, the reason why I'm not working with this organization, the reason why I left is because the manager is the one that takes all the glory. You understand? The manager is the one that takes all the glory, and the manager does not do anything. We do everything. So when they are paying bonus, when they are paying performance bonus, it goes to the manager, and we don't get anything. It is unfair. We have to be able to do what? Appreciate people. We have to be able to do what? Appreciate people. When we have general meeting, when we have general meeting, appreciate them. Appreciate people that are doing the work. Appreciate people that are contributing to these things. Don't let us wait till the output is out. Appreciate every effort. Appreciate every energy. It makes everybody feel motivated. Sales team, instead of rewarding only top revenue earners, we can introduce growth award, recognizing mentorship, teamwork, and resilience. One salesperson is celebrating for helping others meet targets. This recognition fosters collective excellence rather than unhealthy competition. Oh, I know this person. I'm a salesperson. I know this person. There's a way I can connect you to there's a way I can connect you with this person since you've been pursuing this person. There's a way I can connect you with this person. Oh, you get connected. Oh, they're paying you the bonus, but you should be able to tell your line manager, you should be able to tell the people that, oh, I got this contact. I was able to close this deal because of this person. So that they will know that, oh, everybody is being appreciated. People just want to be recognized. So we should be able to mention names. Mentioning names is not a big deal. We should not have issue mentioning names. We should not have issue acknowledging. We should not have issue appreciating people. This is the human part of the world. This is the human side that is expected in every organization. We should be able to mention names, mention people. Oh, this person did this for me. This person did this for me. Oh, it was this person that connected me with this. We should be able to say that. We should be able to say that, because that is how people love what they do. Oh, I'm not earning one fat salary, but the little I do is being appreciated. The little I do is seen. The little I do is seen. Leverage data with compassion. Recognize not only results, but also efforts, collaboration, and growth. When appreciation is consistent, motivation becomes natural. We've said that we can use analytics to detect rising overtime hours in a particular department. Rather than rewarding the extra effort blindly, HR investigates and discover poor process design, causing unnecessary late work. The workflow is redesigned, reducing burnout while maintaining output, data-driven compassion in action. So I would love to explain this with something that happened in one place. In one place that I work. So when I entered into the organization, the first meeting I had with the unit manager, the first meeting I had with the unit manager was that, oh, we used to overshoot our overtime quota. Our overtime maybe should be like maybe 1M, but we are overshooting it. And that was the first meeting I had with the unit manager. Like, oh, this was what he was telling me, that we need to do something about it, that they are complaining in Lagos, that I'm based in Abuja, that they're complaining in Lagos, that is affecting our KPIs. And I said, okay, so I'm going to look into it. So what I did was that I harmonized everybody schedules, work schedules, we call it schedule. I harmonized everybody's schedules. It was a data I studied it very well. So why studying? Why studying? I discovered that we were short-staffed. Do you see that? We were short-staffed. So I discovered that no, a department is missing from this overtime. I'm going somewhere because at first it's looking like I'm contradicting myself, but that is not it. A department is missing from this overtime list. So what we did was that I checked everything and I saw that, oh, our operations department, they don't write their name on overtime. So what I did was that I called their manager, and the manager said, no, that is a manager, that if he writes overtime, it's going to affect his appraisal, that they're going to talk to him, they're going to give him query. And I said, but you've been asking for staff and they didn't give you staff. I said, this is the best time to actually make them see why they must approve that requisition. So what we did was that I wrote out everybody that was due for overtime. Those guys were not playing gimmicks. We were just short-staffed, So I wrote out everybody in operations that was due for overtime. Wrote out everybody in production was due for overtime. We did everything and we sent it. My unit manager told me that we used to overshoot our quota. So the next overtime that was processed, they saw that it was almost double what it was almost double of what they used to send before I came on board. So the question was like, what happened? We were expecting you to reduce this thing. Why did this thing happen? So I had to explain to them that sincerely, this is what has been going on. It is unfair. People are not, we just explained. So they said, okay, from your own workforce analysis, what do you think? So I told them that, we need additional 3 staff and 2 staff in production. Though they did not approve all the staff, so to speak, but they were able to give us 4, and that reduced the overtime thing. So based on that, what did we do there? We used data. From data, I was able to uncover that some persons don't even put their name on the overtime. Why some people are working extra hours? They are working extra hours. They are being paid overtime, but they close at work very late. They are not happy about the thing, but the best solution is to use data to uncover it and to see that, they need additional staff. So we were able to justify that, we need additional staff, and it was approved. So data helped us to do what? To achieve that. And so evolving role of HR. HR must evolve from being the department that manages people to department that empowers them. We are not merely policy enforcers or recruiters. We are culture builders, custodians of trust, protectors of well-being. I love that word, protectors of well-being, and advocate for balance. We advocate for balance. We are not just for the employee. We are not for the business. We are in the middle, balancing business and the employee. HR should stand as the voice that asks difficult but necessary questions. How are our people feeling? When we have management meeting, we should be able to ask sincerely, are we sure that this workload is not overwhelming? These guys are really trying. How can we reduce the workload? What is the emotional cost of our targets? These are questions we don't ask. We want to, our financial target this year is 50 billion. We do all the whole strategy to get the 50 billion. But the last thing that is being spoken about is, what is the emotional cost of our targets? What is the emotional cost of our targets? What will it cost the people that we achieve these targets? It is something we need to look into. I'm not saying I have it all figured out, but the most important thing is it's an ongoing thing. It's an ongoing thing. Are we celebrating humans as much as we celebrate results? Are we celebrating humans as much as we celebrate results? We must move from human resource to human relationship, because resources are consumed, but relationships are nurtured. This is not to bring a new name to what human resource is all about. No, but it is just showing that we must savor relationship. We must be human in what we do. So the ISCARE H model, efficiency, empathy, and humanity, So we said evolving role of HR, We are seeing how these things can be done in in the organization, because everyone works in an organization. How can we balance efficiency with humanity is still what we are looking into. So you work in a place, you are not just creating a structure. The structure has been built. There is no how. You guys, we are just efficiency driven. We are productivity driven. There is nothing we can do. We must just hit our targets. How do we infuse humanity into what we do? So this is it. Audit your culture. How efficient are your system? And how humane are your processes? How humane are your processes? I cannot answer this for you, but we can ask ourselves. We can look at where we work. We can audit our culture. We can check how efficient are our systems. We can check how humane our processes are. No, is this thing fair? Oh, we want people to use their money to go and do marketing. We are not providing them with boss, or we want them to use their personal call card to call customers. Some organizations do that too, but we must be able to look into those things and come up with an appropriate way of doing things. The second one is empathize. This empathy is a major thing, is a strong thing. Engage in open conversation. Listen to employees' emotional experiences. Like, engage in open conversation. Be ready to listen. Be ready to listen. Don't just say, okay, I want it to be done. Let me talk. Let me say my own. And I've been caught in this way before. Most times when people come to say, oh, we don't like this, we don't like this, we don't like this, instead of listening, the next thing I'm trying to make them understand is why they are doing it, like why the organization needs to do it. But later on, I saw that was not even working. I'm not empathizing by doing that. I should actually first understand what they are trying to communicate, understand what they are driving home at, and beyond helping them to see why the organization needs to do that. But the most important thing is acknowledging how they feel. When you acknowledge how people feel, they also see that, oh, you are being human about what they go through. So the third one is design interventions, wellness program, recognition scheme, or mental health initiative. This is very important. We have evolved, continuously assess the impact on morale, productivity, and innovation. We should have a steady feedback session, or a survey that just so any new policy you initiate, any new thing you.
Michael, we can't hear you anymore. Hello, Michael. Hello, Michael. Okay, Michael seems to be having some issues with his connection. We'll just wait for him to join the webinar again. Thank you. Doctor, we may need to pause the recording of this show.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Michael. Go ahead.
Sorry, my network went off. Sorry. Okay, so evolve. This was where I stopped. So reflection. Ask yourself, as a leader or HR professional, When your team members look back at their time working with you, will they remember how productive they were or how respected they felt? Or, because leadership that values only efficiency may achieve short-term success, but leadership that values humanity creates a lasting legacy. So it's just a reflection. What do you want to be known for? Oh, for me, I want to be known for productivity. For me, I want people to feel, oh, when I worked with them or when they worked with me, it was this, it was that, it was like that. So conclusion, balancing efficiency with humanity is not a luxury. It is a leadership responsibility. It is not about choosing one over the other, but about ensuring that performance may never cost people their peace. Efficiency drives progress. Humanity sustain it. Let us hold on to that word. Humanity sustain it. Together, they build workplaces where excellence and empathy coexist, where people don't just work, they thrive. They thrive. When people feel cared for, they care more about their work. Let us therefore strive to build organizations that are not only high-performing, but also at-performing. Because in the end, it is not just the system we created that defines success. It is the lives we touch while creating them. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for your time and for staying true to this very moment. Okay. I thank you so much. Thank you.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Michael. It's been a fantastic presentation you had this evening. It's been power-packed and information loaded. Thank you for this awesome presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, please continue to show your appreciations to Michael. You know how we do it now. Our emoji. Thank you. I can see all of them coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we appreciate you.
So,
okay, are there any questions that we have for Michael tonight before we call it a wrap? Let's see, anyone raising hand? Okay. I can't seem to find anybody's hand up. Okay, that's a good one, but Omoba, I don't know if you have one or two things to share with us. Princess. Okay, Princess is not here also. Anyway, I tend to, agree with you every single bit of information you have given us
Sorry,
today.
I'm here. I was just away from my phone.
Okay, Princess. All right.
Uncle K.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
Uncle K? Yeah, I'm
Yes,
here.
it is me. It is me. All right. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
good
Yes.
evening, everyone. Well done
good evening, man.
For that lovely presentation, Sir Michael. Things like this usually are down my alley because I'm more of an emotional intelligence, service delivery and all of that. And all of the things that you're talking about speaks to, how we deliver service either to our internal customers or to our external customers via the way we deal with them, showing the human side of things in all of the things that we do. So I just want to, revalidate and say all of the things that you said has resonated with me. I particularly like one of my very, very, how would I call it now? It's one of my fond phrases that I use: doing things right and doing the right thing.
Oh, wow.
There has to be a balance.
Yes,
Whilst one is about following the process, the other is about using our human judgment. Even if we have to follow the process, let's also think about the human beings that process will affect and how we can, sort of, without breaking the rules, accommodate them in some ways.
Yes.
We can find it. That's why we're the HR experts, and how we can, present it to management, like the one you talked about. People don't want to come to work. Well, it's not that they don't want, it's difficult for them to get to work at a certain time.
Yeah.
Coming in later is not going to break or mar the organization. It just means that you're pushing things, and if on the rare occasion they need to come very early, they would know that even they would suggest it to say, so that we can meet this or we can achieve that. I don't mind, I'll work late. I don't mind, I can even come in on a Saturday. And when, an organization runs like that, you have harmony. There's a lot of harmony. And when there's harmony, when people are working at their best, their, mental wellness is being looked after, they come to work with a very good frame of mind, with the attitude to say, I want to give my best. So I'm just saying this, not to relecture people, but to say, I understand it. I know it, having worked like that. And I've tried to do that while I was working to ensure that the human side of things, for me, I keep saying it. That's why we migrated to human resources rather than personnel management. The very reason, the very rationale for moving from personnel management to human resources is because they needed to start identifying and knowing that there are human beings behind all of these processes. They're not, even the AI, there's a human being that's feeding the AI the information that it needs. There's a human being that's allowing ChatGPT to do whatever it needs to do. It just didn't start working. There are human beings behind everything that we do. And as long as we can remember that, we will be better HR practitioners and professionals. Thank you very much. Uncle K, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much, Princess. You're always a delight to listen to from your wealth of experience. Thank you so much. Do we have any other person raising hands? None? Okay, just to say very big thank you to you, Michael. I know it's not easy. I also started my career as a teacher, and I know that sometimes as a teacher, you sometimes need to balance the child appropriate information to give when the child comes to you to ask for some adult questions you need to know. So I know all that, so bringing forth a system that would be understanding to the teachers and to the system itself is very, very laudable. Fantastic idea you brought in. And thank you for this presentation tonight. It's been really, really enlightening. And, I want to say kudos to you. So,
thank you so much.
Is Dr. Olayemi on the call for us to wrap this up tonight? If not, we'll close it out.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This has been excellent. Special thanks to our facilitator, and thanks to Uncle K and Madam Princess Omomba for that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just unmute and thank our facilitator. Let's verbalize our appreciation. Let them know that we are appreciative and thankful of their.
Thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you, Mr. Michael.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. We love you.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Appreciate
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man.
Thank you.